everyone, welcome to Psychic Consultants. This is Agatha and this is your love reading for April 2016. I want to thank everybody for their comments and for watching and for subscribing. If you enjoy the readings and you haven't subscribed, please do, because then you'll get them as I upload them. So this is a love reading using my own spread. It can be used, it is a general kind of love from a romantic sense reading, but also whilst you're watching, please do check out your rising sign and your moon sign. Your ascendant is sometimes called your rising, your ascendant sign and your moon sign. And also just do have a think if it could work for somebody else that you do love. Anybody. It could be a parent, a sibling, a friend, a colleague, anyone, because sometimes they do resonate with those, and the messages are for that relationship instead. Otherwise, yes, lots of love. If you're interested in a personal reading, the details will be below. I hope you have a fantastic April, and on with the readings. Hi Scorpio, how are you going? I hope you had a really good March. And let's just have a look to see what the cards have to say for you for April. Okay, a little bit more shuffling and then we can go. Great. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. So this is about communication, and I feel like this is waiting for your ships to come in. This is waiting to hear from someone. I feel like there could be quite a lot of singles, kind of like, it's like you're waiting for this love. You're kind of like, it's like you can feel this love, but you don't know where it is. And also for people in partnerships, it's that I think you feel like communication is just kind of not forthcoming from them, and you're kind of waiting, and you're just waiting for a message, waiting for communication. Let's get the rest of the cards out for clarification. So on your side, we have the Queen of Swords, the Devil, the King of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Wow, lots of court cards there. For your love, we have the Fool, the Six of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Sun card. And we will place the crowning, energy you take in, energy they take in, root in the middle, and turn them later. Right, and the bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. Okay. Right, so you've got 3 court cards on your sides, which is kind of interesting. The King of Cups is you. So, you know, you're kind of, I do feel like, I want to say, you're doing well. You are being who you are. Don't worry. Don't give up. I just want to push that down a bit so you can see. And move these up, sorry, because it's just aware that you can't see the cards that well. But yeah, I feel like you are doing really well with like who you're being, but there's kind of like, it's a bit like there's a bit of a split personality going on with you this month, because these are kind of very different energies with this court cards. It could be that you're being very heavily influenced by people around you. So that could be interesting. This Queen of Swords, she is my divorce queen. She's pretty cutting, she's pretty out there. I feel like maybe you feel as though this person is kind of mucking you around a bit and you've had enough. Because this 3 is like you've been waiting and you've been waiting too long and you've kind of had enough and you're just like, do you know what? It's like she decrees. You can see the way she kind of holds her hand out. She's kind of decreeing and saying, no, this thou is not good. All is not well. Leave. It's kind of what she says. And that looks like what she's saying. And it's kind of, in her regality, she just kind of says, no thanks. That's not working for me. And I can kind of understand a little bit why, because they've got this Fool card here, and he's all a bit laissez-faire, and he's just kind of going with the flow and following his heart and following his joy, and it's just not working for you. And I mean, you've got this Devil card too, and it's, this is all about attachment basically, and it's kind of, the Devil card's the opposite to the Fool. The Fool is all about freedom and faith for me, and the Devil's all about kind of attachment and doubt. It's like the doubt card. We only really feel like we need to hold on to something, or we only ever feel chained by something, is when we're restricting and when we're doubting. We're doubting ourselves, we're doubting our partners, we're doubting love, we're doubting life, we're doubting the world. And we become restricted. We restrict ourselves. We restrict ourselves from our own flow of love and joy and fun and truth. And so, that energy just doesn't match up very well with this Fool energy. And I can see why you might be, do you know what, I've had enough of your free ways. This is not what I expect. This is not who I am. I have some new ideas with this Page of Wands about who I may want to be with. Thank you very much. And this is a very clear kind of story for the month of April, but I do feel as though this Devil card is the crux of it. It's a major arcana, it's a big energy, and it is all about your kind of doubts and fears coming up, and I just really would be aware of that nothing is ever anybody else's fault, really. And these energies here, yes, I can see why they might be frustrating to you, but he's winning with this Fool energy. It can be a female, but I'm just saying because the Fool, is a male figure. So, they're winning with this energy, this Fool energy, with this Victory card, the Six of Wands, riding in on their horse in victory, because this is a great energy to go with the flow and follow your joy and follow your passion and just go and not need anything. And this represents not needing anything. Look how he has all his possessions with him, and it's nothing essentially. And this card is all about chaining yourself to things, possessions, security, and need. And it's all about, it's all about need, and this is all about not needing. They really are opposite kind of energies, but this isn't, maybe this is who you need to be. Fine, if you want to be that person, and that's who you are, and I feel like it is, then you go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with anything. It's just kind of being aware of what these energies represent. We all have these energies within us. It's all part of our humanity, so that, it's all cool. But it just, as I said, it doesn't really match up. But if I had the choice, I'd be on this person's side, because I'd be like, yeah, let's go with this. This looks fun. This looks like there's good stuff going on. But it's like, the more, they are not interested in this Devil energy. They'll move away from it to their joy, to their victory, away from it. With this sitting on this horse moving the opposite direction, for sure. And I get that. I would do that too. I'd be like, seriously, because this isn't true, you see. In terms of love, all of those energies, it's fear. And they're in a kind of process of awakening. They're being who they really are, for real. They've got 3 big major arcanas going on. And they've got this Judgment card. This is all about being called up in your innocence, in your nakedness, in your truth, in your beauty, to your higher divine self. But this can be quite tumultuous. A lot of things can go on with this Judgment card. We realize, we see who we really are. There's no clothes, all our lumps and bumps are showing. We get to see us in our glory, in our beauty, but we have to be able to see ourselves in our beauty. And it's about learning this is you, this is your higher self, this is you. And learning that we have ourselves. We only can save ourselves. We cannot be saved. We can save ourselves and then give to one another freely without need. And that's what this person's doing. And then they've got this Sun card, which is utter freedom, liberation. They're liberating themselves. These two cards, that Judgment card and the Sun, they're liberating themselves. And, you'd be a bit silly to, I would say, to kind of cut off and to walk away from that. And I would rather, if you can shift your perspective to get on their team, then I would get on this team, because this is a winning team. This over here. So even though you may have had enough of this behavior and judge it and look at it and be like, this is selfish and this is, not who I am and not in alignment with me, fine. But there's some good stuff here and there's some things to learn from this person still. And I wouldn't, I would be patient. I would stop waiting for them to kind of give you what you want, and I would take action. Don't just have ideas about things, take some action. But take some action from love and not from fear, if you can. Right, crowning you is the 9 of Swords. Energy you take in is the 10 of Pentacles. Energy they take in is the Hanged Man. And the root energy is the 4 of Wands. So as I kind of felt, there is harmony and union here and great things in that 4 of Wands energy at the bottom. But and I get it. I can get it now. I get it, because essentially what's happening is you're pushing for this, which is for everything. This is financial abundance, spiritual connection, loving connection, community, legacy, family, fulfillment, everything that you need, can be marriage, long-term commitments, those kind of things. You're pushing for that energy and you're kind of saying, this is what this is. And they're saying no or wait or something, and it's just because they're still exploring, and it really is, I feel like, because of this Judgment card, and they're just kind of, when you're first being stripped bare to who you really are, it takes some time for you to be okay with that new understanding of yourself. And other people, no matter how great the connection may be, can feel a little bit too much, and as though it's restrictive, and they will feel restricted by this Devil energy if you keep putting that on them. If this 10 here is driven by fear, it's not love. It's not going to work. You might want all those things, but if it's coming out of fear, this Devil, it's coming out of fear and need and attachment, it can't manifest. And they're right to say no to that if that's where it's coming from, and that's what I feel. Even though at the root you have this 4, which is really all about a good, strong union and connection. So, bear all that in mind. Crowning you is the 9 of Swords. So there's worry going on. There's worry for both of you. There really is. This can be not sleeping as well, sleepless nights. So, it's like, I feel as though, this is all okay. This isn't going anywhere. This 4 here, it's a heavy, deep, solid energy. You do need to have some new ideas. Maybe if you choose for there to be a break, then, great. But it's just kind of be aware that I would, if you can get on their team, if you can move more towards this energy, this is much more loving and free. This is more true. This is more love than this. And I feel like you're believing that this is love right now, which it is, but it's kind of like the fear that's born from love and not the expression of love, not the action of love. And you do have to kind of take more action rather than have all these ideas. I feel like maybe you're not communicating, or you're not communicating very maturely things. And even though you are here, it's like it's difficult because I kind of want to say, yes, stand your ground, be who you are. And that's kind of why I say it's okay if you feel like you just want to cut it off and you've had enough of this. But also be aware and have awareness of why, it's not all about them. They're not doing anything wrong. Neither are you. No one's doing anything wrong. It's just you're mismatched right now, and that's okay. Just be where you are at, and that's cool, and let them be where they are at, and that's cool. But there is potential for union and harmony here. So, and my advice would be try and be in their perspective, because this is winning much more. And much, it's like, we don't need this. This is all in your head. This is all your own thoughts and fears in the middle of the night. And it isn't true. And also just be aware that you may believe that this is what you're offering. And you do have that to offer, but just be careful what's motivating this wanting to have it all, or, this commitment I feel like you're trying to get from them is not, it has to be freely given over and over. It's a choice. They have to be free. We have to be free first to be able to choose somebody. We can't just say, right, okay, I've got you now, you sign this piece of paper and now you're mine. You don't get to choose anymore. You have to do this. It's not the way that love actually works. It is actually about choice and freedom. Okay, let's pull an outcome. Ooh. The world. Awesome. So, everything that you want is here. So just really bear that in mind. Your whole world is available here to you. This connection, this relationship can be your whole world, is your world, can feel ultimately extremely fulfilling. This is really backed up by these energies. These are great. This is how you want to live, the way that they're being. I promise you, it's freedom. And it is who you really are. So I would really try to embrace those perspectives, but at the same time, just if you can't do that, just be aware of where you're at and what you think. I believe that what you're thinking right now is not really in alignment with love. And therefore you can't experience it, and you're not experiencing it, and that's why you want to cut it off. So just be a little bit careful. Right, I'm going to pull an extra card for you from the Journey of Love Oracle by Alana Fairchild Rasuli and Richard Cohn. So let's see what other bit of advice or clarification we get from these. Ooh, nice and easy. Okay, so it's number 2. Within nothing, there is everything. Interesting. Okay, so from a point of stillness, a moment, a complete universe is opening up to you, endlessly expanding. Your every thought and intention sends ripples of consciousness through the universe. What a creative being you are. You are sending consciousness into motion, bringing your creation into being with every inner desire, with every whispered wish. The universe receives your yearning and aspirations with open arms, returning them to you as manifestation in your life. What is really in your heart? Open your arms, sigh, speak your heart truth aloud to the loving universe, and receive it as your destiny manifesting now. This oracle brings a message to you. Something that you want is on its way to you. It may seem to be coming out of nowhere, no sign on the horizon to give you hope, yet it is coming to you anyway. It is spiritual law that you cannot be denied the manifestation of your heart's desire. Trust and remain open to the tide of universal love rushing toward you, swelling within you now. And the poem with it is: the wind moves gently, through trees quiet water flows, Life's song calls softly. So I just got a big message backed up there for you, that if you are waiting for a message from somebody, from this person, it is coming. So be patient. All this stuff that you're thinking about, I feel like it could be like someone's cut off from you, and this could be all a revelation to you what's going off from them. Know that yes, they think about it too, and it worries them too, but know that they are just doing their own thing, and don't allow this attachment and need to cause you to want to behave in a way that you might be cutting and say things that you don't really mean, or cut things off, or cut yourself off, or cut your emotions off, cut this King of Cups energy off that's you, because of all this judgment that you're making and things that you maybe probably aren't aware of. It's all in your head, and you're allowing this devil energy to kind of overwhelm you, and you're not surrendering and trusting, and that's what that card's all about. So I feel as though that's quite a big message for you for this month of April. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. If that didn't resonate, do check out your rising sign or ascendant, or your moon. Do also watch it back later in the month, because that is always worth doing, because you always pick up different things, and there may be, it won't resonate now, but it might resonate later. So give that a go also. If you would like a private reading, the link will be below to my scheduling site. Otherwise, have a great month. Good things are coming. Maybe some patience is needed, but lots of love, and I shall see you again very soon.